Hello, everyone. This is Henny Espinosa with Just Wish Foundation. Today, we are joined by Dr. Janet Gersten, who's the founder and owner of the New Age Women's Health, whose amazing story with her triplets will inspire us about family ties and, of course, leaving a legacy behind. Thank you so much for joining us on Just Wish Foundation, Dr. Gersten.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Dr. Gersten, so you've had 4 decades of experience as an OBGYN. What prompted you to go into the medical field?
Into medicine? Well, I always loved science growing up, and there are no doctors in my family. In fact, I'm one of the first people in my whole extended family to go to college. And when I was in college, I thought about becoming a doctor, and there was a spot open to volunteer at the local hospital on the labor and delivery floor, where they wouldn't let the boys go in, but the girls could go there. They had a spot open for me, so I volunteered there. And the first day I was there, I saw 4 babies born. And these are the years when you couldn't watch that kind of stuff on TV. And I said to myself, this is what I want to do. And I never changed my mind. And just pursued the path towards medical school. And then I decided on my specialty would be OBGYN.
Do you remember, Doc, what that feeling was like when you were younger and you experienced that, you were exposed to that? Do you remember what that felt like for you?
Very exciting. Very, very exciting, very interesting. Just a real exciting feeling, honestly.
Mm-hmm. And at that time when you were starting out, there were not a lot of women doctors in your area. Is that correct?
No, not at all. And when I went to medical school, I think there were only 18 women in my whole class, a big class. And when I started my training also, there were more women, but not the majority. And when I started practice, I opened my own practice when I finished my training. And there was only one other woman delivering babies at the local, big local hospital. And then it just grew from there.
Mm-hmm. So was that extra motivation for you, Doc, that there's, that you wanted to, I don't know if at that moment that you wanted to kind of make a mark as a woman doctor. Was that in your head, or was that extra motivation for you knowing that there was not, a lot of women doctors around?
Yes, it's empowering for sure. And I knew at the time that women really wanted to go to women gynecologists and women obstetricians because they felt this camaraderie and they felt more comfortable. The nature of our specialty is very, very private, and there were not enough women to handle all the women that wanted to go to women doctors. So I was busy from day one.
Mm-hmm. And you have not stopped being busy since.
Not stopped. No. Well, I don't deliver babies anymore, but I'm very busy still.
Doc, I know that besides your medical practice, you founded the New Age Medical Research Corporation in 2000, and which has conducted major clinical trials. Now, why is this important for you to do? And how important is this in the advancement of women's health?
Well, this is critical. I always had an interest in doing research. It's very, very cutting edge, very interesting, and very necessary. This is the process that all new medications go through, all stages of clinical research before they're approved for them to be on the market. And this is what we're very involved in, and we've really done well over 100 major clinical trials, from almost all of them in women's health, the majority in contraception, menopause, and other menstrual disorders, other things that women specifically go through that are kind of gynecology based. And that's been the focus of most of our trials. And it's very, very interesting to see the trials we do, and then a year or two later, the drug is on the market. You know, a lot of the birth control pills and medications that we use in my specialty, you know, we did the key trials to bring them to market. So it's very interesting and very satisfying work.
Wow. And I understand that a part of this research is that women are given free treatments, or what kind of healthcare is provided for the women, doc?
Well, for example, I'll just give you an example of, let's say, a new improved birth control pill. We will enroll women for a year. We will become their gynecologist, handle all their gynecology needs. They get free testing, pap smears, blood work. They get the medication for free. We follow their health very closely. And they also get paid, believe it or not, to be in a trial for their time and trouble and travel. And so it's really a win-win for everybody. And they don't pay for the medication or anything. And so it's a good thing.
It's a good thing. Doc, so tell us about your family life. Now, you have triplets, Vicky, Sarah, and Joanna Bedell. Now, tell us about your girls. What was it like for them to have an accomplished doctor as a mom?
Well, it's been amazing. I mean, just a complete amazement. I mean, they're natural, they're identical. I did not take any fertility drugs or anything, just happened, a coincidence. And especially in my field, it's been amazing. My daughters are just really something else. They're very, very smart. They're very kind. They're very responsible. That's what I teach them. And try to be a good role model for them all these years. And I always involved them in what I was doing. They came and watched a baby born when they were like 8 or 9 years old. And
so tell us that story, Doc, because I understand you guys were somewhere else, right? At a mall or something?
We were shopping, and I got a call, the patient in labor, and she was kind of advanced, and I had to race to the hospital. And I said to the girls, "You want to sit in the lounge over there, or you want to come in and watch with the patient's permission?" And they said sure. And they came in the room, and those are the days when, you know, the whole patient's family is there, and you know, it's just quite an experience. And they stood in the corner and they watched, and it was kind of fun for them, and interesting, and a little scary, and they always remember that.
You think, Doc, that left an impact on them, kind of influenced the course of their lives, the path of their lives?
I think so. I think they've always been, you know, again, they've been great students. They've always, they're very close, and they went to college together. And I think they all decided kind of independently, yet as a group, that they wanted to be doctors. They didn't from the outset say they wanted to go into OBGYN, but they slowly, one by one, kind of decided that they did want to go to medical school. And once they were in medical school, two of them went to the same medical school, and my other daughter went to a different school. But they're very close, and while they were in medical school, which is the normal thing, you know, people choose what really the specialty that they really like. And by the end of medical school, you decide what specialty you want to be, and then you go and do a residency program that's specialized training in that field. And one by one, again, they kind of decided they would go into my field. They were very familiar with a lot of it too. They worked summers in my office and things like that, and the familiarity kind of attracted them as well. And they saw that I was happy and enjoyed all the work I was doing, and so they followed suit.
Yeah. And that you were making a difference. They saw that early on. I mean,
yes.
8 years old, how life-changing this career is.
That's right.
Part of. When you found out, Doc, that all three of your girls followed in your footsteps, what was that like for you? I mean,
I never would have, you know, tried to even wish it, thinking, for disappointment, but it just happened and I was really thrilled. And then of course, to go into my specialty, but then they made a decision, in their training that they wanted to come back to Miami and join my practice because it was a great offer. I had a really busy practice and it would just be really something to all work together.
Yeah.
And that decision's been amazing.
Wow. So you probably have the most unique doctor's office in South Florida right now, right?
I would say one of them, as far as, there are other groups with, the guy goes into practice with his dad, things like that. But for sure, there are no other triplets like that.
Wow. What is it like, Doc, sharing that office with your daughters?
It's really fun. It really is. We have a great time. We have great staff. We have a lot of staff that are related to each other. We've got sisters and sister-in-laws. We even have a staff member who I delivered her when she was born. So we have a lot of fun, and we have a very close, nice office, and that just translates into really good feeling for the patients. That's what it's all about. And we enjoy it. It's really something.
I understand that, because, women keep coming back to you guys, keep coming back to your office. You've had multi-generations, through the years that you've, that help, the mom and then the daughter. And then, I saw that somewhere that your daughters actually helped deliver the baby of the daughter that you delivered years ago.
That's a few times that's happened.
Wow.
Many of my patients, I took care of them for years, and then their daughters I've taken care of, and then when their daughters got pregnant, I delivered them, or my daughters have delivered them. It's really something.
It's something. I mean, and to know that you're part of this family's history.
That's right. That's the nice part.
Not a lot of people can say that, about, with their career, that wide of an impact on people's lives. So that's really something. So, Doc, you've also been a longtime advocate for women's health, right? So how are you passing on these values and standards to your daughters?
Well, my daughters have seen that. I've been quite a pioneer in my community and in the hospital with women's health and women's reproductive rights.
Mm-hmm.
And many years ago, me and a lot of the local women doctors, we were able to change some of the policies in the hospital systems and really advocate for women's reproductive rights, which is a big topic now. And we really have made a difference many years ago. And so that's been something my daughters have seen, and they've gotten involved in that themselves as well.
Mm-hmm. How do you see yourself, Doc, as somebody who champions women's health? How do you want to further make an impact in the community with your daughters by your side?
Well, just being a good role model for them and let them, pass the baton to them, and they have it, and they're doing it now, and having an impact and building a wonderful practice where, for patients who have a positive experience going to the doctor and they're treated well and they become experts in different areas. And that's empowering too for them, and it builds on itself.
Yeah. I when I first heard about your story, I was reminded me also of my mom, because my mom is such a big presence in my life, and I can honestly say I am my mom's daughter.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to emulate her, and when I heard about your story, I was just like, wow, it's really inspiring, and it's something. It's a story that you will remember and makes you look at your own life and kind of what you want to happen also in your own life. The closeness that I feel between you ladies and the love that I think transcends to the community, because you have so much love for each other and for your work, and that translates to making a difference in the community. And at Just Wish Foundation, we absolutely love stories like that we know inspire people, just to be better and just to be impactful in the community. I think that's something to be said when you do it, especially with the people you love, such as family. So we honor you, Doc, and the triplets, and I hope someday we get to meet. But we would like to honor you with donation to a cause of your choosing, and we know and we're confident that will go a long way, with women's health and with the causes that you guys support. So thank you so much for sharing.
No, thank you, and we really appreciate that kind of support. And thank you for having us.
Thank you. More power to you, Doc. Thank you so much.
Thank you.